big welcome to all the political parties that's here. I had an apology from the UDF. They sent us a letter where they said that it's impossible for them to be here, but they support us, and they are happy that we will have a very fruitful video conference. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will start, and then we will give all the political parties an opportunity to say something. Let me speak my mind. We all know what happened in this past elections. It was so blatantly rigged that we decided directly after the first day of the election, or the second day, that we need to come together, all the political parties, the opposition parties, which we did, and we decided that we are going to take legal steps. At the time, the IPC already started with their legal action. And then we decided that it doesn't make sense, and also the LPM. Then we decided, but it made no sense for every political party to run to their lawyers and legal people to make a case against the ECN and SWAPO. So we decided in that case we will support the court case brought by the IPC. Now, we had a few meetings. At one of the meetings, it was mentioned, and it's in the minutes, that Dr. Itula said that their strategy, according to their strategy, whatever it is, that we will be cited as respondents. The IPC will be the applicant. And that is now in the General Assembly elections. In the presidential elections, he said that he would be the applicant and the rest will be respondents, the rest of the parties. I myself, I can only speak for myself. I thought that we will have another meeting, that we can clear that out, which did not happen. And then, when we saw the court papers, then all of a sudden we realized that we are now seen as defendants in this court case, along with SWAPO, ECN, the president, and all that. Now, obviously, that confused our members and our supporters completely. They were asking, but what's going on? They thought that we are all together in this case. Now, we've decided to organize and to arrange for this media conference from the Republican Party side, and I believe also from the others, they can speak for themselves, but to make it abundantly clear, we are in support of the court case. We in the Republican Party don't see ourselves as respondents, we see ourselves as applicants. And I'm going to talk very straightforward this morning. I've mentioned to Dr. Itula at some stage that the way in which this whole thing has been dealt with by the IPC was worrying for me. The fact of the matter is that we are not the IPC's subordinates, we are equals when it comes to this. So we are now here to say very clearly that we are in support of the court case. Let us set aside our political differences, let us set aside and forget about the fact that maybe certain parties want to score political points because of this. Doesn't matter. For the sake of the people of Namibia, we need to stand together. And we need to show the people of Namibia that we are all together. Because this is a chance for us, a chance in a lifetime. Elections in this country has been rigged from and since independence. I've been involved in the elections and I saw. The only problem was that we never had the money to make court cases except in 2004 when we were winning the election, the court case, but we ran out of funds. From our side, what was a clear indication of the rigging of this election apart from what was so obvious, from the Republican Party side, just to explain to you, we enrolled over 40,000 new members last year. Not 4,000, 40,000. We expected between 5 and 7 seats in Parliament, and then we got one. So what happened? Now, this has a very bad consequence for us, and the other parties can also speak for themselves. Our people are now worried. Despite the fact that everybody knows that the elections was rigged, some people think that the Republican Party don't have support, which is not the case. So we need to have a re-election. But the problem is, and all of us sitting around this table will have to work twice as hard with a re-election to gather the support back of the people that are now worried about the true representation of and support of the political parties. Then I want to come to the court case itself. I picked up amongst the general public that the people are not having faith in the judicial system. Now, I don't want to say much about that, but I think the image of Namibia has been damaged, severely damaged, with this election that took place and the rigging that was so obvious. We cannot afford a court to express themselves, whether it's on technical points or whatever, and not allow a re-election. If that is going to be the case, then we are lost. Then we are lost. And we must just remember one thing, and that is that big investors, the first thing that they look at is your judicial system, whether it's free, whether it's independent. If that is not the case, they will not invest in this country. So I hope, people say, yeah, but most of the judges are SWAPO supporters, there's one from Zimbabwe, there's this, there's that, there's that. I honestly hope that we will get a judgment that is going to be in favor of us, because we know that the elections were rigged. We know that. And it's quite interesting to see, if you look at the court dates, the one for the National Assembly election is coming tomorrow. The one for the presidential election is been set down for beginning of March. I think so.
Yeah. They will announce the date.
Yeah, but they said the initial period of submitting certain documents, I think it was the 3rd of March. Now, that statement was issued, I think, a few days ago. But in any case, so if that is the case, then it means they already made provision for an appeal. If this case is not in whoever favor, to have an appeal, because obviously if the court ruled on the National Assembly election, the same will apply for the presidential election. There's no difference. Anyway, so all I'm saying is, people, we must hope and pray that the court will be objective, independent, and will rule as they were supposed to rule. We will have a problem, there's not even a question about it. Time is running out. The Parliament and the President's term is running out 21st of March. We will not be able to have elections before then. So whatever is going to happen then, that is just my view. That is just my view. But I just wanted to confirm the Republican Party's support for this court case, irrespective of how it was done, how the IPC did this, and that we're not happy with this. That's not important. What's important is that we will go to court. I think, from what I understand, they've got very good legal people in their legal minds. So let's hope and pray that we will get the court to rule in our favor, so that we can have re-elections.
I am Manuel Garinove, the Secretary General of the Popular Democratic Movement. Yes, the biggest thing is to inform our our members, sympathizers and supporters. The Popular Democratic Movement is standing and supporting a court case of the National Assembly disputes in the presidential elections of last year. We are supporting the IPC case. The members of the PDM and Namibian public at large should know that we are in solidarity. This case is not only solidarity, but it's touching all of us directly, and therefore we are supporting the IPC.
Good morning, I'm Marius Korasek, Secretary General of All People's Party. Speaking on behalf of the All People's Party, we fully support the court challenge that is being brought by the IPC as well as the LVA.
My name is Mike Kavekotora, the President of RDP. A lot has been said by my two previous colleagues about the current situation. I must start by saying that what you see today is a collective decision that was taken way back when we realized that these elections were rigged, when we realized that the aspirations and the wishes of the Namibian people have not been met, when we realized that there were a number of influences, including foreign influences, in the electoral process of Namibia.
Sadama Mushelelo, Namibia Economic Freedom Fighters. We now have a state of thieves, we have a state of criminals, we have a state of gangs, and we have a state of mafias. You could already see from the onset of last year that ECN had a clear agenda to rig this elections. It is a duty of all Namibians, irrespective of your religious belief, irrespective of your political beliefs, if we want to continue living in a democratic state, we must all stand up and defend our democracy by any means necessary. When you dare to criticize the judiciary, you know very well how they came after you. As we speak, an editor of a newspaper, thanks to the judiciary, is no longer at work. Because unfortunately in this country, you can no longer criticize the judiciary, you can no longer criticize the executive, because Namibia is officially a country being run by mafias.
Joseph Tarara, the United Namibians Party. The United Namibians Party stands in solidarity with the IPC and other political parties who are in this court challenge, who wishes that the outcomes of the 2024 national and presidential election be nullified. With the United Namibians Party, UNP, we are not only in consolidation with them to say that no, just because to align with other opposition parties, but also based on the observations that we have seen. That is the illegality and also the irregularities that occurs in the process of the elections. So illegality in the manners that we observed, that section 93 was not followed of the ECN regarding the opening of the polling stations. ECN assured all political parties and stakeholders involved that they will open at 7 o'clock and close it at 9 o'clock. That did not happen. Myself, I also was involved as a party agent for UNP at such time at Topia Zanyeko polling station A. Okay, however, Ethiopia Zanyako opened on time, but we closed the next morning, 5 o'clock. So that really, the law was not followed. And the Namibian constitution is very clear. That is Article 18, when it talks about the administrative justice. So, and with the United Namibians Party, we also observed the irregularities there, whereby certain voters, their fingerprints were not detected, and information that were not found on the machines, but were allowed to vote. With this modern technology, what proof that that person was really a citizen of Namibia if there was no further required document, such as either an ID, Namibian ID, or at least a supporting document such as driver's license to verify that at least, though your information cannot be detected on the voting machine, at least you can go ahead and vote. So therefore, we believe that this election was not free, neither fair.
Vino Matende, ATM. I have nothing much to say. Our weight on behalf of the ATM, that is, we are in support with the court case. And the reason behind that is we are going to defend the Namibian democracy and the right of the Namibian people, rather than those are running for the bread, but for us we are going for the democracy and the right of the Namibian people.
Stephanus Matthew, VP NFC. So we, in agreement with what been transpired and what was filed at court, and then when you look at the ESN process, ESN already started an election at the beginning, before, just a day to election. We find ESN printing original voters' card at the head office. It's a signal that particular day was only designed by the law only to print duplicates. But we find ESN at the head office printing original voters' card. They are still there, they are sealed as a part of evidence that that's going to be used also in the court.